working. So what we are going to do today? Today is our last meeting for the project, for the showcase project. I still will try, if I see your questions or comments on Skype, I will answer. Don't hesitate to ask the questions. Sometimes Christina answering very well, and I appreciate it. And I also will answer. I will reply few your emails. And today, our purpose of our meeting today is to review few of your test cases that you send. You did a wonderful, great job. It's true. It's not, I don't play game. This is what I feel. Second, we will try to answer some questions that asked on the interview. And we also will try to cover that. And we'll see. Okay, also I want to tell a little bit about, because this is the question, very popular question, tell me about your usual working day, how are you playing, like your day-to-day routines as QA tester. So I would like to cover those questions as well. Let's start from few your test cases I prepared. And again, as I always say, the purpose of talking about them and reviewing them, not because I want to point fingers and tell that somebody did good, somebody did bad, but the purpose is, as usually, that we all are on the same page, that we all are learning from each other, and we know how to do. So let's start from one of the spreadsheets that you sent to me, and this is about few test cases for the create a resume functionality. Prerequisites, very good. Very good, because of course the user must be signed in. So we see not only account is created, not only the user is registered, but he is even signed in. Also we start already from the resume page. And it's very, very good that somebody, I think Igor, who created those test cases, even shows here and prerequisites how to reach this state of the application from which we start executing our test cases. So before starting executing test cases, we come to the some states that called the base state, from which we start everything. And we don't want with each test case to say, open the application, log in, open the resume page. No, we already there, and we start working from there. Its purpose, happy path. Even thought that it looks very cute, but you know, I don't think, and I know that this is the terminology that we use here just to explain you that, guys, what we call the happy path. This is positive, the most important, if I can use this terminology, the highest priority test case. To be honest, if this happy pass doesn't pass, it very often means that we don't need even to continue testing the application or this function, this component. Because if something that has to be work very straightforward doesn't work, why to waste my time and test something else? Okay, but I don't think that the purpose of test case in this particular case is happy pass. I think that we want to verify here, okay, verify that user can add the experience, right, to the resume. This is, yes, we know that this is happy pass, that this is the main, I can say, test case for the create resume. If it doesn't pass, probably we don't want even to think about other things. Yes, happy pass, again, this is very cute, very nice, but probably this is not the purpose of our test case. Instructions: type correct city and state in the city-state field under location part of the resume. Press enter on keyboard. Example: Los Angeles, California. Oh, this is not even experience, but this is the location, at the location. Right? Sorry for that. Okay. Input accepted. Correct city and state showing in the upper dark gray part of the screen under profession. It's a little bit confusing. Let's reproduce. Let's make sure that it works exactly how you describe it in your document. Okay, so let's go to the profile and we have the resume. Doesn't matter, you showed how, and we just want to add the experience. Do we want or location? We want to press it here, and let's say I want to change it. Los Angeles. Why not? Okay. California. Yes, I want to see it. Wonderful. What I see on the gray color here, I don't know what you mean, my dear. I see that it's updated here. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, here on the gray. No, oh, I see what you mean. So you mean this one. Aha. So the input accepted. Okay. Okay, let's even say correct city and state are displaying on the header of the page. Okay. I think so. We can put that under information about the profession. So this is what it is. Now, purpose check. Guys, we never check. We test. We verify. Okay? We test, we verify, but we never check. We can check or uncheck only checkbox. So, we don't want it. First of all, only verify or test or make sure. I don't know, but not check. Not check. This is incorrect wording regarding test cases. We do not check anything. We verify, test, but not check. We can check only checkbox. Okay? Or uncheck. So if alphanumeric input accepted, wait a second, my dear, what did you do here? I think that even here, why we decided to do it. We were talking about functional test cases. Type OK, state, field number, accept. So you want to do something like Los Angeles 1, 2, 3, and we want it to be there. And now when I refresh the page, now I typed it. I want to refresh Ctrl F5, right? The hard refresh, we were talking about it. I'm so curious, was it updated or not? I think that if we enter something invalid, we probably cannot see it's updated. So what is the expected result? Numbers and letters expected. Information entered show up in the upper dark gray. For some reason it didn't happen to me. Maybe I did the different things, but you saw that I put here, okay. Let me even start typing. Los Angeles, 1, 2, California, let's see. Was it updated? I don't see. I'm sorry, for some reason I see it here, but here it never was updated. I don't know how to do it and how to test. I cannot understand it, to be honest. Here again, verify if city-state box accept not existing. Yes, it's existed, it's accepted here, but I don't see this display here. Okay. And verify if the box align with the rest of the resume boxes on the screen. Yes, it's not aligned, and probably this is the UI bug, and thank you so much that you have it here. And the reason is very simple. As you see here, when you click on it, you get the different format how we can edit experience. With the location we cannot do it, and of course they didn't do the great job, because even the field summary, but summary, experience and all other things are assigned, but location, it has a little bit different design, a little bit different functionality. You do not, when you press here, you do not have another modal window or pop-up window, not like everywhere else. You see summary, you see the pop-up or modal window. Experience, you do the same. So this is bug, yes, because it doesn't look nice, but at the same time, when you do not point the mouse, you don't have the pointer here, you even don't see, you cannot see those fields. And by the way, this border of the field location is aligned with the text, so probably it was done purposely. So this is what I really wanted to mention about those test cases. Let's review a few more, because you did such a great thing that I really don't want to hide. This is somebody did a wonderful test cases. Let me even to make a little bit zoom. Okay, so this is even two different formats. This format he put why we have these requirements. Okay, this is not even the requirements, but this is kind of checklist that you who made it, you just did a wonderful job. Because what I mean, and when I say so, because you even make kind of checklist, the requirements, and this is the output of your exploratory testing. It's amazing. We have here very detailed test cases, and this is very good. Oh my God. We have very good test data. First name, last name, what password is, and those test cases is, this is not test suite, this is test cases. This is very good. And they put even preconditions. What is those preconditions? Click join my email, fill whatever, confirm your email. So in preconditions, again, you guys show, and what is amazing, such a wonderful job. We can see here the screenshot for each and any activities. I really wanted to share it with you because I was admiring when I read it. Thank you so much. So this precondition again shows how to come to the base state from which you start testing, executing, not testing, but executing exactly sign in test cases. So here I see registered email and plus created password. We have instructions like that, very interesting instruction here, because probably you will say enter the email into email text field, enter the password into password text field, press the button or submit or whatever. Probably my instruction will be a little bit different, because here instructions remind a little bit, at least in the test case 1 and 2 and 3 and even 4, I can say that they remind test data, not the steps. Instructions, it's usually the steps which we follow when we execute test cases. So instead of that, I already have all this input here in test data section, right? You see all this email and name and everything. So either or I will put like something, enter such and such things in such and such text field. Enter password is 1234567A. Okay. Positive masking password type. So we verify and password is encrypted and showed in bullets. So password field display input in bullets. Very good expected result. Here we are logging in. It's great. It's good. But as I always mentioned before, how do you know? How do you know that you successfully logged in? We need the criteria. We need the criteria for that. So here, when I'm logged in, I probably can see the header, and when I see all the things, I will be able to see my profile, and here will be my avatar, right? This is what happened, and this is what we really want to write here. The the profile tab, right? Or I want to be very precise about it. The profile menu. Menu appears on the header, right? This is the real this is the real actual result. Okay. Okay, this is what we have. This is very well. Email not case sensitive. Okay, why not? Very good. But what did you do here? It means that you change your email from the lowercase to uppercase, yes, and you want to prove that your email address here is not case sensitive. Okay, okay. Again, password also not case sensitive. And as you see, he created the password with lowercase a, but now he used in his password uppercase, and he still is able to log in or not. Ah, my dear, this is your requirements. It means that your requirements is invalid, because actually you want to say that password field is case sensitive. Is case sensitive, and it's passed. And this is what I expected. Expected result. Error message about invalid password is displayed. I believe so. This is, and in this case it's passed, because mostly, in most cases now in modern applications, password is case sensitive. They even remind very often that please make sure that password is case sensitive. Okay, copy menu is disabled in the password field. Absolutely, right click, it's disabled. Cut menu is disabled. Wonderful. Register email, and what does it uncreated password? If password is not created, it means this is not password. An invalid password. Okay, this is very good, and I appreciate it very much that you put this test case here even before that. And this test case, if I can put the grades, it will be 5+ or A+, because this is very amazing, this is very important test case. This is very often they ask even on the interview if you have to log in with the email address, or let's say you forgot your password, and in order to reset or retrieve your password, you have to provide the email address and username, let's say. So it's very important that he wrote here about a registered email, because we all, each of us, has bunch of the emails, right? I have Gmail, I have portnov.com, I have carto.com, I have Yahoo, Hotmail, AOL, mail.ru, whatever. I have bunch of the emails. All of those are valid. They are amazing, valid email addresses, but only one of those is registered. So this is very, very good, this one, to verify if you do not connect to this application with valid but unregistered in showcase email address. This is very good. So email required, what does it mean? No input, no input? I don't understand. It means that both fields are blank. So this is not only email required, but even password, or what? I don't know, probably both fields here. Very good, very detailed test cases. Thank you very much. And you see what exactly, probably only my comment will be that instead of just put such an input, probably you want at least to write something that what input to enter in what fields, unless this is very intuitively and you write those test cases for only yourself, so you don't need such big details. Also, we have another format of these test cases prepared. Probably this person is working for U-Test, and he provided here the same test cases in the format that U-Test required. Actually, I like it also very much. Test case name, this is the same as ID, and I don't see the big difference at all between what we just required. Again, ID, purpose, instructions, expected results, and by the way, the actual result and status pass fail we complete only when we execute. When we run test cases, this part doesn't exist. Actually, this part that I highlight now, it doesn't exist. Okay, only ID, purpose, instruction, expected result. And this is what you did the great things. The same description, this is the same as title or purpose or intent. Prerequisites the same as preconditions, and we also use steps are steps, and you see for some reason you put here everything, all the steps, and input, this is the same as test data, and expected result we see here. Thank you very much. It's a very good, very amazing test cases. You work very hard. Thank you. Okay, I would like us to take a look on some other test cases. We already did this. Okay, let me close do not confuse us, and I see more test cases here, and those test cases are for send a message. Okay, ID, purpose, instructions, expected result. From the connection tab, select and press send a message. Enter valid showcase member's name or valid email. It's interesting, but I would write two test cases, one for member's name, another for the email, because I want to make sure that it works in both cases, that in both variations with member, when we send the message to member name, this is one functionality. When we send the message to the email address, this is another functionality. So I cannot do or either. I have to one and second one. This will be one test case, member name, let me highlight, and a valid email address, it will be another test case. So everything, my dear, you did here is amazing, except you really want to use, I try to increase the zoom that you can see, but somehow I just press the plus and somehow it doesn't help much. Okay, now it does, so you can see it better. Okay, so enter valid showcase. So this is the happy pass. Send a message, and I will put here with valid data. And I don't mind if you put here in parentheses happy pass. Okay. From the connection, select and press send a message. Enter valid showcase member name. Type the subject line or use default subject line, George, whatever, send you. Press button send. Recipient received the message. This is very good. Now the same test case you should do with the email address. Okay? This is what you want to do. This is amazing test case because you should be able, but probably not in this case. It doesn't let you to send the email or message without subject line. So this is wonderful negative test case, and I like that you put it here. And expected result, the error message, I would say like that. Error message, subject line field is required, is displayed. Probably, I didn't try, so maybe I'm not very precise, but I just say what we do. Because when we just put again, like in previous test cases, user is logged in, we don't know. Imagine the situation. I'm the new person. I join your project. I came join the company and I was assigned to test the project. First of all, I have to understand how this application works. So they tell me, run the exploratory testing, right? Use your previous experience, use your experience as a QA person, use your experience as an end user, because you probably used LinkedIn, you used Facebook, you used YouTube. So please do it, play with the application and make sure that you understand. But in addition, we have wonderful test cases created by George, and when you execute those test cases, you will understand how the application works even better. Guess, if I see an expected result, let's say this is not for the send a message but for login, and when I see expected result, user is logged in, or even more, I see very often, user is successfully logged in. How does it help me to understand the functionality? How do I know that he is logged in, especially successfully? Probably it is better when you put what exactly happened. Like we see the profile, like we see the avatar, we have to write this. The criteria that show that yes, this poor user was really successfully logged in. The same here. Subject line field is required. What is it about? Probably we want to write a little bit more details. Again, criteria: cannot send message or message is not sent. Error message subject line field is required is displayed. I believe that this is something like that. Now, send message without typing a message in the message field. So to have it blank, the message field, we have a subject, but we do not put anything in the message field, text field. Again, message, let me do like that. Modify here and it will be the same. Message is not sent. Okay, and probably the same we want to see in this field. Send the message without the recipient name or email address. Again, I believe that this is two test cases. No, actually no. If this is just blank, so again, we have this error message the same as we had here. Wonderful, great, detailed test cases. Very few, but very detailed and very good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And of course, I have couple more that I wanted to work with you on. Let me also maximize it and also make the zoom in because it's hard to see. Very good, very detailed test cases about registration. ID, title, registration online form in QA environment. I don't think that we really want to write it here. Probably we will do some information about environment about the environment and build in different place. When we write test cases and we know that we are going to execute and re-execute, use and reuse them again and again and again, probably I would avoid to say in what build because it always should work. Doesn't matter if I test in production, if I test in QA 43, or if I have somewhere else. Okay? Go to QA environment link, push join with email button, input or enter or type date, not data, to required field and push continue button. Open received email message and push. I think that probably open email in inbox and push the activate now button. Enter minimum 6 characters in the required field and push next. Okay, and you can see again I will put like user is successfully registered. Registered. Okay. I don't know. Registered. Okay. Registered in showcase. We do not want to mention here about what environment. But again, how do I know that he is registered? How do I know? I really want to put criteria what happened, right? The next page to create the profile is displayed. I don't remember what is the next page about the experience or something like that. But something, this is how I know that he successfully registered. Otherwise, I have no idea. I just can guess. The same here. now you are building profile. So this is not only registration, but this is even create the profile. And I see here positive test cases. I also would like to see what happened if you do not negative. Maybe you have it here, but probably not. I try to register. I entered absolutely valid existing email address. I entered my name, first and last name. I press the button continue or yes, and I received the email. So here I first of all I want to write even something more. First I want to okay, user gets or receive the email into inbox. Okay, this is what happened. Second, user is successfully registered in showcase. So we have to see, and I put here even more detail. After the step, what step was there? After the step 3. Okay, so this is what I mean. This is what we have to do. Okay, because we want to give details. Again, do you ask me if always happening like that? No, I just sharing with you how would I write those test cases. Why? Because I want my colleagues or new hires or somebody to continue to use my test cases. Okay, and here immediately after this one test case, this first test case, I would write and execute some negative test cases. When I leave first and or last name blank, or when I leave my email address field blank, or when I put an email in invalid format, do I get the error message? Let's say I forgot miss the at or dot or extension. How does system catch this situation? This is really important test cases because they have to be caught. They have to be caught immediately. But again, wonderful, great job. Thank you so much. And finally, something that I choose to discuss with you today. One test case, another job, okay, test cases for send an invite. We start from test data, and I don't mind. I like that you all, almost no exception, write in the purpose happy path. I think that if you come to the interview or the job and say purpose of my test case happy path, everyone will be happy. Everyone will enjoy it. Not even so that they will not understand what you are talking about, but they all will be happy because everyone wants to be happy. Okay, happy pass. Invitation is received by recipient. What does it mean? This is the precondition that user is already not only registered but even logged in. Wonderful, great, I don't mind at all. Navigate to, not on, to. If you navigate to something, to the connection menu, this is not the title. Okay. Select invite a colleague from drop down menu. Okay. This is what we have. In the pop-up window, type fill out pop-up window, type recipients credentials. I don't know what does it mean, credentials, probably email or something else, and push invite button. Absolutely. So here that invitation is received with all valid data. I would do this way. This is the okay, wonderful, great, great. This is very good expected result. You see 1 second that invitation, that message is displayed, invitation has been sent, and this your recipient get the invitation. Wonderful. Email. First, last name, email, and message are required field. Navigate to connection. Select invite. Remove automatically generated message and to make all fields empty. To make all fields. No, just leave all blank or remove everything. You don't want to make all fields. Well, how to make them? Just do not type anything and leave them blank. So, you exactly, this is wonderful, amazing. Why in this case? Usually I say you have probably have a few test cases. First to leave the first name blank, and then email address blank, third message field blank. But in this case, because the invitation, this message, it works in very great sync, so connections invite the calling, and each of all those fields has special oven, only its belonging error message. Of course you can verify all together, because each of those has the different message, which is not affiliated, not connected to another field. Great. This is the reason why I say yes, this is absolutely valid and good things. First and last name field accept 80 characters or less. So we came here to the boundary condition testing, which is very important. Again, we have the same precondition. What we have here, navigate. Okay, this is everything there. Okay, now this first part, step 1 to 5, how different it is from test case number 1? Actually, this is the same, because no one told us that 20 characters is the minimum. I don't understand this. I will highlight now. So I do not understand this part, my dear. I really do not understand it. I don't think that we need it. Because what is the difference? You already did it here. Why you have to do it again? I understand when you enter 80 and when you enter 81, this is the amazing. Exactly. This is valid test case. The test case below is amazing. Okay. Again, I don't know why you decided that it should be 80. You just want it like that and you set it like that, or this is really, I cannot say about limit. Probably it is some limitation, but I cannot guarantee that this is 80 characters. Well, and here, what is this test title of test cases? That message field should accept 2000 characters, up to 2000 characters. Again, we have it. You did it. And 2001, it's probably the message field is displayed in red field and the error message is displaying. Wonderful, great job. Thank you guys. Very good. And I think that now we at least understand what we should include. Happy pass is not the purpose of the test case, if you agree with me. Now, one of the interview questions: what will be your day-to-day routine as a QA tester? Or the same question is, can you please describe your regular working day in your office or at your project and at your, I don't know, last work and whatever. So let me tell a little bit about my work day, and probably it will be helpful to you as well. So we start every day, we start between 9 and 10 a.m. And first thing that we do, we of course verify all our test emails, because some of those have to can require immediate attention or action or answer. Every day at 10 a.m. we have the stand-up meeting or the Scrum meeting. Scrum meeting. Why? Because we are doing Scrum meeting. Because we are working in agile environment. Our development model is agile. We have a release every week, or if you are going to talk about showcase, it will be every 2 weeks. So every day at 10 a.m. we have a Scrum meeting. It includes representatives from development, QA, and operation teams. Sometimes we invite, when needed, we invite product manager and project manager. On this meeting, we discuss new features, rapid changes if ever, the latest fixes if anything like that, right, happen. Dependencies, let's say I tell that yesterday I had to finish testing on such and such component on the create resume, but because my colleague or developers didn't finish create experience module or add experience module, I couldn't finish. I have the dependency, and probably we have to discuss and when is it ready, and even to set checkpoint meeting in the end of day. Okay, so this is like a round table meeting. Everyone just tell, this is what I did, this is what my plan for today, this is my dependencies are, this is my activities are. Okay, everyone just say very short. This meeting never exceed 30 minutes. Sometimes it's very short and very formal. Is everything up to plan? Okay, let's work and see what happens later. Okay, we have open space. We don't have even cubicle. Why? Because again, very dynamic environment. Changes happen very often and very rapidly, and sometimes we even do not expect them, but they happen. So we do not have cubicle. We have the open space like Facebook. We use Facebook model, so we just all see each other. Okay, we have the lunch. It's very time is not always it's nothing like from noon to 1 p.m. and from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. It depends. Sometimes I have it just at my desk because I'm busy with something. So after the stand up or Scrum meeting, we are doing our daily activities. Verify bugs, upload the new build to the server, verified fixes, continue reopen or close bugs. Okay, discuss with developers new features, communicate with them. Also, take part when new features are discussed on new design. I insist that QA also takes part, QA representative take part in those meetings, because it's very important to be on the same page with entire team. We are working in agile. It means that everyone has to be okay. Yes, if all team is working remotely, and it happens when we have offshore meetings or we have offshore team, absolutely, we try to make sure that those people join us on the conference call, because this stand up or Scrum meeting all people try to be involved. Now, does QA manager usually verify new test cases? It depends, Anna. It depends. I don't know what policy is there. It depends on the experience. Of course, if I have the new person in the team, either I or somebody else try to be nice, not even to mentor, but everyone, even very experienced people, when you join the new project, new team, new company, with the new policy, new activities, you have to adjust, you have to see. We can see it, yes and no, yes and no, it depends. How about if people work from home making projects by internet? This is exactly the same question about if people working remotely. They still participate in the stand-up meetings. They, even more than everyone else, communicate via email, via instant messaging tool. We use IRC, for example, but it can be Skype. Many companies, they use Skype. And because in Skype, this can be the group, like we are now talking, or just personal messages. And also, they add a lot of comments in the bug tracking system, no matter if this is Jira, Bugzilla, Pivotal, Elemental, and other things. And it brought me to another question. What are you doing if, let's say, yesterday you file a bug and today you got this bug back with resolution, cannot reproduce? And I really want to tell you, so you want to say you just filed this bug only yesterday, and you are absolutely positive, you are sure that this bug is valid, that this bug is reproducible. So what are you doing? You are making sure that steps to reproduce that you put in the Bugzilla, in the bug report, are very clear, not only to you, but to other people also. Reproduce together, it will be luxury, but let's say if your developer is in India or in California and you are in New York, Artyom, what are you going to do? You don't have this luxury to reproduce together, right? And you already know that bug is reproducible, otherwise why would you enter it, right? So you let me tell, please listen to me. First, you have to make sure that your steps to reproduce are really clear to other people. Second, you want to make sure that you are testing the same build, the same version, you have the same configuration of the database, actually that you are testing in the same environment. It's not even related one machine, another machine. But you want to make sure that if you are testing build 3.23 version 1.1, you're also testing in the same version. Okay? Here also we have to compare apple to apple, that if your database have some particular configuration and your system has needed setting, whatever he is doing should have the same configuration and the same things. When I see if I can reproduce bug on 2-3 other computers, I don't understand this at all. I really, if somebody tell me that, I would say, what does it mean? I would ask you, what does it mean? If you can reproduce it on your machine, why you have to go to my machine and reproduce it again? If you are talking about the compatibility bug that is valid only on particular operating system or and browser, you have to mention about this again in your bug report. So do not hesitate to add a comment. You are owner of your bug. You are bug originator. Please don't afraid to add a comment. How else can you contact developer about the bug? You just exchange comments. Where are those comments? In your Bugzilla. You open the bug and I have it, okay? Here, comments. You wrote the bug. I put not reproducible. Put here. Make sure that you have such and such and such things. Make sure that it works for you. Do. So we always have to be on the same page. I think that I open. Of course, different situation may happen. If bug is not really high priority, probably this bug is not touched by developer for a month, for 2 months. And after 2 months, he just comes or change the status of the bug, cannot reproduce. Of course, because of this time frame, you want to make sure probably this bug was already fixed automatically with some other changes, with some other things. You really, in this time, you do want to try to reproduce it again. And if within this time the bug was gone somehow with other changes, probably it just became obsolete. No one cares anymore about it. Probably this module already disappeared. So you just say, okay. Another question was here above. I have a question about weekly release. If day -2 is Monday, day 0 is Wednesday, day 2 Friday, day 3 Monday, 4 what do QA? Wow, guys. First of all, when we have the release day, we already start working on next release. Guys, previous Monday we were talking about another release. On Wednesday we have the release. Okay, we still try to run the sanity testing. Developers are working. They are working in their environment. They are preparing next release. They are fixing. They are adding. They are working. And we also continue to work. There is cycle. There is nothing like, okay, we have a release, let's go home. Or let's go to movie theater. No way. First of all, we see how it works, why we have the release at 11 a.m. Because until end of day, we want to watch the production. We want to make sure that everything works great. This is the reason I don't want to spend entire night in my office. Everyone has family. How does the management determine that you are doing the good job? By tracking, okay, this is very good things you ask, Andre. If I ask you the question, I have 2 wonderful equal people and I put them to test the same project. And one person just report the bugs like crazy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, by the end of them 20 bugs. And second one just hardly wrote even 1 bug or 2. Which one is better? First or second? Somebody can say, of course first, because he reported so many bugs. No, guys. Again, we have to compare apple to apple. Probably the first guy is testing absolutely new feature, absolutely new functionalities, and code is so raw, so fresh, so unstable that he just writes bug one after one, and the number of them depends on his speed of timing. And second guy run the regression testing. He execute test cases on the old, robust, very stable parts of the application. And if developers are working nice, if they are smart, there are very few bugs. It would be very bad if old, existing, working features generate a lot of bugs. So this is not the great criteria to determine the performance on the number of the bugs. Of course, if you miss bug and user discovers that, it will be the bad criteria about your performance. Okay, so some interview questions. Okay, also I just mentioned that we started to talk about the daily routines. So yes, every day you have the stand-up or a scrum meeting. You discuss, you are working your daily things like testing the bug fixes, like participating in meetings, discuss new features, functionalities if something is not clear. Okay, this is what you are doing. You have the lunch. Let's say I mentioned already, every Friday we have the team lunch because we want to build our relationships between team lunch. So it means not only QA, but entire team, entire company. Since God is not a big one. So we all have lunch together. We order it from different places. Every Tuesday we have the bagels, every Thursday we have the fruits. Okay, this is what we are doing every day, and this is our activities. How many test cases usually QA run daily? It depends. It depends on test cases. If test case is observe the page and see if text how it's display, if you get the new module, new component, new page, and I have the design mock-up. It's called the mock-up from designer. Mock-up. Okay, for this I compare, and I compare everything. I have to make sure that the font, the size, the padding, this is the distance between the border and text from every side, that all the page arranged correct and everything. It probably doesn't take a lot of time, and you can execute, I don't know, hundreds of test cases. Some test cases are really big. One test case, if it is related to backend functionality, when you have to run the query to verify if data is written, inserted into database correctly, if all the jobs or scripts on the server run how it's supposed to run. So this is not many test cases, but can be different things. Okay, Sergey wrote, communicate with developers, verifying bug fixes, reopen some closed bugs. Why you have to reopen closed bug? Fix bugs. Because when they fix the bugs, they change the resolution to fixed or resolved. Discuss new features, communicate with developer. Something else? No. Verify your email. When we need to reopen the bug? Oh, you reopen bug if it was not fixed. If they go and fix it here and put, let's say now I change the status and I put fixed, okay, and save change, and you see that this bug is fixed, and you verify it again, and you do not like how it works, of course you go here and you open the bug again. That's it. That's it. Nothing. Oh, you will do it many times. Believe it or not, unfortunately. If we're talking about creating profile, I didn't understand, Anna, what it is about. And again, one of the questions. We are talking about web application and websites. Google like to ask the question, what is the difference between website and web application? And I tell you, when we are talking about website, I understand that question is very confused sometimes, but when we are talking about the website, this is just a collection of pages that consists some static content, and the purpose of the website is informational, to inform you, okay, versus the web application, this is the dynamic interactive system. And of course, when we are talking about showcase, this is web application, because it's required from you to log in, to upload something, to create, to share, to interact with the application and with other users. So this is the question about the difference between websites and web application. I really wanted to let you know about it because for some reason they like to ask such question. If the team working remotely, do they test the same part of website or have special page? I don't understand this question, because we all have all people work by assignment, and of course if manager don't want to do few people on the same page or the same site, yes, they can say if the functionality is very complicated and we don't have enough time, probably few people can work together. Okay, you already asked the question how many test cases. It depends in different places and it depends on the test cases. Okay. How the group lunch will be executed? Very good very good question, Robert. But I don't think that I have time to answer this wonderful question. Okay, so you have to be able to answer the questions. Bug life cycle. Bug life cycle. Bug is found, bug is reported, bug is assigned, bug is fixed, bug is verified, not checked, verified. Okay, not bug is verified, but bug fix is verified. And bug is closed or reopened if it was not verified. Now, you have to be able to answer the question, what is your approach for the regression testing? So you really want to answer that first when you receive the build. When I receive the build, I make sure that this build is testable. So I run the build acceptance test, or we call it smoke test. Right? This is first, the most often executed type of testing. After that, I review what changes were done in this particular build and make sure that the functionality and features around those changes work very well, and I run regression test cases or run the testing for the regression purposes to make sure that previously worked stuff still works and no new bugs are introduced. So, guys, I think that we were working with you. I promise to look into Skype. I promise to review some bugs. I promise to review some test cases. I already replied somebody. We reviewed. I'm very glad that we had a chance to review some test cases here today on today's session. And I wish you good luck. Next week you start working on the mobile project and it will be very, very interesting. It was fun. It was very nice. It was privileges to work with you, and I appreciate all your attention. So yes, you can send email. I don't want to promise something that I will not do. I will try. I will try. Thank you, guys. Good night and have a good time, and good luck with the job as well. I'm sure that you will be successful if you work very hard and if you want to do it. Bye bye.